All right, boys and girls. Today we're going to continue our study on Mo Willems, and we're going to continue with our two new characters. And who remembers who the characters are? Yeah, Elephant and Piggy. So we're going to continue reading about Elephant and Piggy. So this story is called There Is a Bird on Your Head by Mo Willems. There is a bird on your head. And here comes the bird flying in, and Mrs. Montalvo would be crying because she does not like birds. You know I'm scared of them. Don't know why. Piggy! Is something on my head? Yes. Now, who remembers? What are these called? Yesterday we were introduced to these in the Elephant and Piggy book. Does anybody remember what you call those? Yeah, speech bubbles. So they're speech bubbles because that's what the character is saying to another character. They're speaking to one another. So we call those speech bubbles. And today you're going to get an opportunity to practice using speech bubbles. So let's see what happens with this bird on his head. There is a bird on your head. There is a bird on my head? Is there a bird on my head now? No. Now there are two birds on your head. What are two birds doing on my head? They are in love. The birds on my head are in love? They are lovebirds. Lovebirds? How do you know they are lovebirds? They are making a nest. Two birds are making a nest on my head? All right, so I want you to stop right there and I want you to make a prediction. What do you think these birds are going to do on Gerald's head? Let's see. Why would two birds make a nest on my head? I am afraid to ask. Do I have an egg on my head?
Yes, there's 1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
3.
3. You have 3 eggs on your head. I do not want 3 eggs on my head. Then I have good news. All right, make another prediction. What do you think is the good news? He doesn't want eggs on his head. What do you think's going to happen?
They're going to hatch.
Landon thinks they're going to hatch. Let's make your predictions. Let's see if you're correct. The eggs are gone? The eggs are hatching! Hatching? The eggs are on my head are hatching? Cheep, cheep, cheep. They have hatched.
They have hatched.
Oh, look at Piggy crying.
Look at Piggy crying.
Now I have 3 baby chicks on my head, and 2 birds, and a nest.
1, 2, 3. That's 3.
I do not want 3 baby chicks, 2 birds, and a nest on my head. Where do you want them? Somewhere else. Why not ask them to go somewhere else? Ask them? Ask them. Okay, I will try asking. Excuse me, birds. Will you please go somewhere else? No problem. It worked. Bye. Where do you think those birds are going to go? Make another prediction. Now, there are no birds on my head. Thank you, Piggy. Thank you very much. You are welcome. Oh no, was your prediction correct? Did you predict that the eggs and the birds and the chicks were going to go onto Piggy's head next? I didn't get that one. And here's a little retell of what happened. The two lovebirds, they're making a nest. Their eggs hatch. There's their babies. They're on, oh, then they go to Piggy's head.
Mama, look.
The big blue head. I can't, I have to finish this.
Can I move this stuff? Mama,
What?
can I move this stuff? Can I move this stuff?
One second, yes. All right, boys and girls, so your job today is going to be to start by giving a retell. So this is a fiction book. Does anybody remember what fiction means? Yeah, fiction is fake, so nonfiction is real. So this is a fiction book. It's fake. Why is it fake? How do we know it's fake?
Elephant.
Yeah, because pigs and elephants do not talk. That would be really weird. So good readers retell the story. So your job is going to be to retell the story. Today I read There Is a Bird on Your Head by Mo Willems. And now draw and write to tell what happened in your story. What happens in the beginning, what happens in the middle, and what happens in the end. So we're going to start the beginning together. So in the beginning, what happens? A bird lands on Gerald's head. Then another bird joins him. So now there's two birds on Gerald's head. And you're going to draw your picture, and then you'll write what happens in the middle and what happens at the end. If you can't write on this, you can write on paper and send it to me, or you can use the Cami app, which will help you be able to use your computer to do that. Then your next job is going to be to fill in these. Does anybody remember what these are called? We looked at them in the story and we spoke about them. They're called speech bubbles, and speech bubbles are when they're talking. So your job is going to be to decide, what do you think Piggy would say now that the birds are on his head? And then you're going to write, what do you think Gerald says back? So I think Piggy's going to say, Gerald, are there birds in a nest on my head? Help! And Gerald's going to say, Piggy, I think those birds in the nest look great on your head. So then your job is going to be to decide what you think Elephant and Piggy should say. What do you think Piggy's going to say now that those birds are on his head? And what do you think Elephant, Gerald, is going to say back? All right, boys and girls, I look forward to seeing your work. Have a great day. If you need any help, reach out.